Welcome to the deep dive. You gave us the sources, and we're here to give you that crucial knowledge, kind of the shortcut to understanding this really complex, high-stakes world of Bastiath War College. Today, we're really digging into I guess, the ultimate cost of secrets, right? Especially in a place that's basically built on lies.
Yeah, absolutely. And our source material really throws us in deep, doesn't it? We're following the protagonist, Violet Sorrengail,
Right.
who's like just survived getting into the resistance, this group at Eretia. But going back to the war college, it's not a happy return.
No, definitely not. It sounds more like infiltration, going back behind enemy lines almost, even though it's technically home.
Exactly. She has to go back into this fortress that's hiding this just catastrophic truth.
So that's our mission today, to unpack this secret war. But not just the fighting, more the ethical mess, the emotional damage from all the political choices, and the personal lies keeping it hidden.
And the setup is just, wow, Navarre, the kingdom they're all supposedly fighting for, it's actively covering up the fact that they're losing badly.
Losing a war they haven't even told most people is happening.
That's the core lie, Navarre's big secret. They're fighting these dark wielders, the Venin, and their sort of shock troops, the Wyvern.
And it's not some distant threat, is it? It's immediate.
Oh, completely. One character just lays it out. We're that close to losing a war I knew nothing about a few days ago. If Eretia, the rebellion, can't get supplies, well, people die.
So keeping Bastiath running, even with all its corruption, it's a necessary evil.
Pretty much. A really grim calculation.
Yeah.
Eretia needs the weapons from Bastiath's stockpile for their fighters on the front lines.
The drifts, right.
Exactly. So if they, destroy the college or cut ties completely, they cut off their own weapon supply. And civilians outside the capital, they're goners. So they have to use the very system they hate. It's a horrible bind.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's heavy. And this political strategy, it gets tangled up immediately with some really personal betrayals, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah. Big time. The source reveals Violet's brother, Brennan. Everyone thought he was dead for 6 years.
Yeah.
Turns out, not only alive, but a key leader in the revolution. And he's using this super rare mending signet to, patch up the rebel.
That moment must be insane for her, and he jokes about it. Saving her from poison was his 21st birthday present.
Yeah, it tells you everything about the kind of ruthlessness you need for this fight, doesn't it? His sacrifice wasn't dying. It was pretending to be dead for 6 years.
Yeah.
Letting his family grieve, all for the war effort.
It's devastating, and that level of sacrifice, it shapes everything, like the rules for survival Zagan sets out.
Right. Zybin, the wing leader, he basically tells Violet she has to master selective truths. Can't tell her squad mates, Rhiannon, Reddock, anything about Eretia.
Because knowing puts them in danger.
Exactly. If they get captured, ignorance is their only real defense. Brutal, but maybe logical in their world.
Okay, but the ethics of that, they get even messier with the next reveal, about Zidin himself.
This is a huge one. He's secretly an Intensic.
A mind reader and distance wielder, which carries a death sentence in Navarre.
Right. So this isn't just a secret. It's like a fundamental power imbalance in their relationship, isn't it?
Totally. It makes you question everything. Did he read her mind before? Influence her? Can she or you as the listener ever really trust him now? Is their whole connection built on this massive lie of omission?
It really throws everything into question. Is he protecting her out of love, or is it, calculated control, political leverage?
And the source gives us this physical symbol for that conflict, doesn't it? The binding scar.
Yeah, that's fascinating.
Yeah.
Zedin takes responsibility for her choices, her loyalty to Eretia. And it's marked by this scar on his chest, deliberately the same length as the rebellion scars on his back.
He did that right after she was poisoned at Resson.
It's like a public contract.
Yeah.
A physical mark saying, her loyalty is mine and I'll take the heat.
The price of their relationship literally carved into him. It's
Right.
intense. Okay, so if that's the kind of ethical maze they're in, let's shift to how that complexity shows up in their magic, which seems just as volatile.
Definitely. Especially Violet's signet. Lightning wielding,
Yeah.
super rare, right? The first lightning wielder in over a century.
And it's not just powerful, it's unstable.
Totally unstable.
Yeah.
Because it's fueled by her emotions, like extreme emotions. Anger, lust, fear.
Which has got to be a massive problem in a place like Baziath that demands absolute control.
Oh yeah, huge liability. She could burn out, accidentally kill her own squad.
Yeah.
That's why she needs that energy dampening training, the special alloy conduit, just to keep a lid on it.
And that need for specialized knowledge, that connects directly to the runes, right? The Tirish runes.
Exactly, this lost art. The source calls them wielded power woven for set purposes. It's this deep, ancient magic.
That Bastiath just ignored or actively suppressed.
Seems like it. Suppressed. These runes are vital for defense, for imbuing those special daggers.
The dagger's made from the same stuff that powers the wards. It all connects.
It really does. And Basquiat just let that knowledge fade. Intentionally. It's wild. So the rebellion, not the college, has to dig up this lost magic just so they don't all get wiped out. They start teaching the group how to separate their power, weave simple runes.
Reviving lost knowledge becomes a matter of survival.
Concisely. And that suppressed knowledge, that's exactly what the bad guys are after when Vice Commandant Varish captures Violet.
Ah, Varish, yeah. He catches her stealing classified texts.
And his interrogation. It's not just about information. It's psychological warfare.
His signet is terrifying. He sees weaknesses.
Yeah. Not thoughts, but vulnerabilities. So he targets the people Violet cares about. Agate and her squad, her dragons. He literally threatens to break Satan and make her watch.
Horrifying. It's about shattering her will, not just getting facts.
Exactly. He's the perfect counter to mental shielding, you know. Zayden taught her shield to block people out, but Varish tries to tear down the whole mental structure by hitting her where it hurts most, her emotions, her connections.
And she goes through hell. Dislocated shoulder, black eye, but she holds on. Using the shields Xaden taught her.
She does. She resists, which is what forces Dane's hand.
Dane, right. He steps in, but not exactly out of the goodness of his heart, from what the source implies.
No. Violet kind of forces him to act. She hits him with the truth, reminds him why she hates him, how his violation of her memories got their friends Liam and Soleil killed.
Oof, that's a heavy card to play.
It is. She basically gives him an ultimatum. Varish's cruelty, or maybe a chance to salvage something of their past friendship. And, well, it works. It saves her for the moment.
This personal drama, and it's all leading up to the big push for the Wardstone.
Right. Violet figures out the Basgatha archives are, let's say, incomplete, whether that's ignorance or deliberate omission.
Probably deliberate, given everything else.
Seems likely. So she teams up with Jacinia, the scribe, which is a huge risk for Jacinia, betraying her quadrant like that.
To find the original journals of the first 6 writers, the unedited truth.
Exactly. They need the real instructions for raising the wards. And this leads to that translation trap discovery.
Ah, yes. She's working with Dane on this part. Translating.
And they find this critical error in the archives, something repeated for centuries. Rain isn't rain, it's flame.
One word, and getting it wrong could have meant total failure. Wow. The importance of accurate knowledge right there.
And then you find another snag, another high-cost rule. Once a founding writer's blood is used on one wardstone, it can't be used on the other.
Which really narrows down their options, sets the stakes even higher for the final battle.
Yeah, and that battle is huge. A massive attack hits Basgiath. Wyvern, Dark Wielders.
Yeah.
And then Violet's mother, General Sorengale, unleashes this insane lightning storm.
Her own power. While the goal is to imbue the wardstone that Brennan managed to mend.
It's the only way. The only solution to save everyone inside.
And this is where we get that absolutely brutal sacrifice from her mother.
Yeah. General Sorengale drops a bombshell from the past first. She reveals she killed Sloane Mary's mother years ago.
Claiming it was to save Violet's life.
That's what she says. It's a lot to process right there. And then immediately after, she forces Violet to watch as she drags Sloane, who's a siphon, remember, to the wardstone.
Tells Violet, I chose your life too. Basically implying this is another necessary sacrifice for Violet's sake, before using Sloane's power to fuel the ward.
It's incredibly powerful and horrific, you have to ask, right? Was forcing Violet to watch an act of twisted love? Or just cold, hard calculation to make sure the wards went up, no matter the emotional cost?
Maybe both. It feels like both are true in this world.
I think so too. Her own life is lost soon after, fighting off the enemy. But her last words to her children, "You're everything we dreamed you would be. All 3 of you." It's heartbreaking.
And the wards go up. Sloane's siphoned power works. Basgiath is saved, for now, but the emotional wreckage.
Exactly. So let's kind of pull it all together. What this deep dive shows us is, well, this conflict demands these huge sacrifices, right? Recovering lost, politically buried knowledge was key, and navigating just layers upon layers of emotional deceit.
Absolutely. The wards are up, sure. But look at the cost. Violet's mother is dead. Xaden's friend, Aya, dead. And Xaden's biggest, most dangerous secret being an Intensic is out. At least to Violet.
And it's not even like the job is finished. The war isn't over. Far from it. The source tells us the new wards are still short of the cliff's edge.
20 feet short, which sounds significant.
Very. And the elders who check them immediately say they're wrong. So the solution they fought so hard for, it's temporary, flawed, the core problems haven't gone away.
Which brings us to that final chilling thought from the source material.
Yeah, this is a kicker. One of the enemy's leaders, a sage, apparently knows Violet's deepest weakness.
Not just a weakness, but the weakness.
Right. The sage says that while others might turn to the dark side for power, but you will turn for something much more dangerous, much more volatile.
Implying love, connection, given everything Azaden represents.
It seems like it. And think about everything we've just discussed. Vaden's ruthlessness, his secrets, that intrinsic ability, the deal he maybe made with her mother.
How does Violet handle knowing that the very person, the very love she fought so hard for, is also the thing that makes her vulnerable? The thing the enemy thinks they can use to shatter her?
That's the question, isn't it? The ultimate cost of these necessary or maybe unnecessary deceptions.
A tough place to leave it. That's our deep dive for today. Until next time.